Just close your eyes, relax. Stave Vedesangavadakramopanishadi Gayandiyam Samaga Dhyanavastidadgate Manasa Shandiyam Yogina Yasyantam Navidasura Suragana Devaya Tasmai Namaha. It was 17 onwards. Yuktahara viharasya Tajeshtasya karmasu yogo bhavati dukkha yada viniyatam chittam atmanyevavatishthate nispruha sarvakamebhyah yukta ityuchyate tadam yatha dipo nivatastah nengate sopama smrutam yagino yata chittasya yunjato yogamatmanah. As we have been seeing, these verses are something to be followed. You do whatever has been revealed, told, declared, described. There is something which you must do and see it for yourself. It is like an exercise. An exercise says, if you do 3 months of heavy exercise, your sugar will go down, your blood pressure will go down. You can't say, I understand. I understand. What do you understand? You understand the logic of it. If you do the exercise, you shall lose weight. If you do the exercise, you shall lose your sugar. There is nothing to understand in this. There is something to be done. You start doing the heavy exercise, your dieting. Then you see the impact. One who reads every day about exercise, nothing happens to him. Understand? Reading about meditation, reading about Yoga Shastra, reading about asanas. Understand? This is very subtle because appreciate. When you read about yourself and then being yourself, that's a very subtle thing. You read about yourself, you listen to what the truth is, and you be. Because there is nothing to be produced. Whereas when you read about a physical exercise, read about a practice, you have to do something. The confusion or perversion comes when just because you have to do an exercise, you extend that logic to say you must do something to know yourself. That's a wrong extension. Or just because to be yourself, you don't have to do anything. Don't say to be healthy, to be successful, to achieve something, to read, to write, to go places. You need not do anything. This is where comes very, very subtle message, very subtle perception about the reality. Where you do not confuse the issue, appreciate, please appreciate. Because most religious people commit this huge mistake. call it secular, call it religious, doesn't matter. Most people are brainwashed to believe that to be happy, you have to do so many things in life. This is a secular language. You want to be happy? Climb a mountain. You want to be happy? Go and see that island. You want to be happy? Be a PhD. You want to be happy? Get millions. Or you want to be happy? Sacrifice, renounce. This type of emphasis goes on, being given around the world. Not many people grasp that happiness is not the result of an action. That is where comes your nature, yourself. Who you are is already Sukha Swarupa, Ananda Swarupa, happiness, truth itself. This is a massive propaganda machine working overtime. Not that somebody is in particular getting it, but it's just like a caste system, which has absolutely no sanction, but destructively flourishing. Some people find some security in that. Like many myths about health care. When you go on reading, you shall see, nowadays they are making it very nice. What is the myth? What is reality? Like some people think, if you go on drinking water, your body will be flushing out of everything. The scientists have found out it's not true. Body needs as much water needed. Always water retention. Drink when you are thirsty. If you go on fasting, everything shall lose down. Yeah, you lose your fat, your body weight, but you are not going to lose your cholesterol, sugar. Those things need heavy exercise. If you can skip a meal, you shall be very healthy. Body gets wrong message. Food is not coming. It has to store up fat. Notions. Are the notions like, if somebody gives me a sweet, if somebody gives me a toffee, somebody gives me a gift, somebody gives me a diamond, he or she loves me. You don't understand. You cannot equate a gift with love. Somebody may give you something, but there is no love behind it. Somebody may tell you namaskar, but absolutely no respect. Same way also, this notion, you want to be happy? Oh, go to that island. Go on around the world tour. Or go on to the mountain top. Sit down, chant some mantra or sing some song. Breathe in a particular way. Understand? Being yourself, the happiness, is not something conditional. No condition is going to create that happiness. It is already created, already existing. Nitya siddhatvat, nitya praptatvat. Eternally accomplished, eternally existing, eternally gained. That is myself. That is why so much of study. To understand, you need not study. Use all the words to discover. No words need to be used. You do all the practices as though to understand. No practice is essential. But as even people have been told that you want to be happy, you do all these things. If that is a secular and sometimes religious indoctrination, another type of indoctrination is the person who insists, to be happy, you need not do anything. Therefore, he extends it. The whole life is laziness. You need not work, you need not study, you need not keep care of anything. So you are just one hobo or like a sort of a, miserable sort of renunciate, hanging around, doing nothing, unproductive, ineffective, useless. But talking about, I am very happy. Those are all romantic statements. Hanging around, please try to go around simply go around like a beggar. See what happens when you are sick. You have got your stomach disorder. You have got your ulcer. You have got your indigestion. You have your maybe skin disease. You have got some heart problem. Something somewhere complication comes up. What will happen? Between 30 to 50, this age group, you can hang around very nicely because body has some strength. Sometimes even 40-year-old fellows, you looking like 70-year-old fellow. That time we shall say, oh, very old sadhu. Young man appears to be old. Who knows? Appreciate it. Please appreciate. It's absolutely essential not to confuse the issue. To be yourself, you cannot do anything. Why? You are already that. To pick up a role, you must do something. You must do something. You want to learn driving? You can't say, I'm meditating. I'm with myself. So, the moment I get out, get in the car, driving will automatically happen. You have to learn driving. And don't say also, just because I can drive a car very nicely, I'm a happy man. No. You have a thrilled person for a few seconds. You are thrilled by the speed, forgetting everything for a few seconds. Just wait, the initial thrill is over. You shall be unhappy driver. That is why average people jump from experience to experience to experience to experience. Not only from secular experience to secular experience, sight to sight, sound to sound, touch to touch, smell to smell, but also renunciation to renunciation, meditation to meditation. Today this trick, tomorrow that trick, tomorrow this, looking at between the eyes, tomorrow tip of the nose, tomorrow fasting, underground. Different types of sensations you organize. That is why so many different types of schools of meditation comes up. Why? Somewhere you open your eyes, somewhere you close your eyes, somewhere you tip of your nose, sometimes the navel, sometimes your bottom of your, body or top of your head. Anything. And each one is a school. Yoga Shastra, think of it. Yoga Shastra is so vast. Ashtanga Yoga, today you shall not recognize it. Around the world if you go, you shall not recognize it. How many yogas have come? From Patanjali Yoga, now he has gone to how many? If you are really going to do a research on it, you can do a research on it. Each person does it, it becomes his yoga. Patanjali Yoga, ocean. Everything is inside. A little from this, another school. Another little from it, another school. And each one has a particular way of concentration, particular way of doing certain variations here and there. Just think of it. Same thing also, knowledge. You make a little variation here and there. My contribution. What? Understand? Everything there is in the tradition. To be happy, what should we do? Nothing. To be where you are, what should you do? To reach a place where you are standing, what should you do? To know that the car key that you are searching is in your hand, what should you do? Think. Being yourself. But therefore don't say, to write a note, I need not do anything. This is your extension, very dangerous extension. That is why most religious people end up lazy, lethargic, unproductive, ineffective, totally dangerous. Speaking machine, talking machine. You cannot achieve things by talking. Understand? As they say, nobody has gained knowledge through the mouth, open mouth. The knowledge doesn't come through open mouth. It goes through open ears. You listen and think. By talking, you don't get knowledge. You listen, think, see for yourself. Understand? Unconsciously, that can take over. That is why when this beautifully says, a very nice lifestyle, Bahiranga sadhana, Antaranga sadhana. Externally, what all things you should do, as well as once you physically prepare yourself, it is like facilitating, creating a conducive atmosphere so that effortlessly you go on to yourself. It is like when there is silence outside, suppose you say, close your eyes, appa, silence. Suppose there is a huge noise, everything out, somebody shouting, somebody fighting, somebody doing all these things, and you say, close your eyes for what? Understand? In the beginning stages, it matters that you withdraw yourself from something for some time. But as I told you the other day, like learning driving. To learn driving, you do not go to motorways, highways, expressways. To learn driving, you go to lonely stretches, lonely street, isolated football field, open space, you go there. Why? You can go crazy. You can go completely crazy. Which direction you should drive? You don't worry about it. Let it go. You get used to. First get used to the car. First used to the machine, the acceleration, the brake, the ignition, everything. You completely get used to it now. First, you get used to it. Then you step by step. Then first you start your ignition, then first gear, then second gear slowly, then third gear. Slowly, bit by bit, you are learning, elbowed. When you are an ace driver, do you do that? Huh? Anything, anywhere. You don't even looking at it. First to second to third, in 2 minutes, zoom you go. But absolute control. Where? Not in a small field, right in the expressways, highways. Same thing also. For some people, meditation means permanent withdrawal from the world. Permanent looking at the wall. But I'm spending my whole life in a monastery as a monster. Right? You understand? Monster because I have been eating regularly. I eat well and be fat. What do? I look at the wall. Oh, thank you. It's a permanent isolation, banishment. That's not meditation. Think of it. There is a life. You see things as long as you're young and strong. You live for yourself, live for others. Yes, you have crossed 70, 80. Suppose you are disabled. Yes, sit down in one place. Stay in one place. And that time also you can teach, share everything with people. As long as you're young and strong, share your thought, share your body. Move with strength. Physically, also helping out people. Look at it. I'm not talking, what Krishna said that. How beautiful lifestyle. Partha nasti me kartavyam trishu lokeshu kinchana nanavaptam vaptavyam varteva cha karmani. Hey Arjuna, there is absolutely nothing for me to achieve in this world. Nanavaptam aptabhyam. There is no such thing which I have not gained to be gained again. I am already happy with myself. Vartayeva cha karmani. Continue to act on in life. Why? Yadiham navartayam jatu karmani atandrita. Atandrita. Tandrarahita. Nidrarahita. Without any laziness, without any rest, if I do not go on acting in this world, mama vartmanu vartante manushya partha. People looking up to me, they shall follow me. Yadyata acharati shrestha, whatever the great people do, ordinary people just follow. Has nothing to do. Could continue to function. Why? Just like the nature. The mango doesn't eat the fruit, but produces. Why? It has the capacity, others have the need. So when you are young and strong, you do that. When you are old, yes, that time the society must take care of you. Why? If you have taken care of the society will take care of you. But if you have not taken care of anybody, your life is your life, and when you are old, you must be taken care. For what? Dedication. That is where comes dedication. So meditation does not mean permanent withdrawal from everything. That's not a condition. If it's a permanent withdrawal is meditation, there shall be a fear of association. You can't go anywhere. You can't talk into anybody. You can't see, taste, touch, smell, anything. It becomes very difficult. Now how beautifully you say, you prepare the atmosphere, yukta ahara, yukta vihara, neither too much of food nor less food, nor too much of movement nor less movement. All that we saw. Yukta chestasya karmasu, very balanced effort. Neither restless nor so lazy that others are worried. Yukta swapna, sleep as much needed. Neither continuously sleeping or sleepy. A sleepy head is a disgusting head. Why? Because it's never awake. Anything you say, the person listens half. You have to explain him 20 times. Understand? A sleepy head, because the person doesn't grasp it. 100 times you have to tell the same thing. Did you tell me how many people are sitting in front of me? Sharp. Sharp does not mean jumping. That is another nonsense. Sharp means before I start, how do you know what I am going to tell? This is another sharp person. You should talk to telephone, you should know that. By the time you finish, now cut off and gone. By the time finish, begin, gone. You observe, you can see people if you are conscious. That is why you only laugh at their weakness. Laugh at means that, not that laugh at them, you don't tell that. But you enjoy the jokes all the time. What to do? What can you do? It's like a child. When the child is behaving like a child, what do? You only laugh. You ask Gununa, his school experience. You want to go? No. Why? You are not supposed to go. Straight. How was your school? Somebody is fighting with me. Straight report. Anything. Child. Anything you ask the child, he will tell you straight away. Like it, like it. Don't like. There is no compromise, nothing. It's totally uncomplicated. Should he be like a grown-up child now? Whatever you feel like, you talk. Whatever you're jumping, you start. Even if somebody is talking, go on talking. No. Conscious behavior. Yukta chesta, karmasu yukta chesta. Yukta swapna, as much needed. Yukta avabodha, neither too much awake. The reason for, the person is restless that he can't sleep. But unless he sleep, he can't be restful. What do? Think what is in your hand. Sleep is in your hand or restlessness is in your hand? Just think. Think for yourself. Just think for yourself. What is in your hand? Your mind is in your hand. How long shall I take to be restful? Sit down until it's restful. Can you do that? That is why conscious meditation. Sit down until it quietens down. Can you defeat your mind? This is the beauty. Can you defeat your mind? Deliberately I am using that language now. There is no defeating and fighting. My mind doesn't fight with you. It's a nonsensical language. I don't like it. But for people who speak that type of language, for there you can use it. When is the mind fighting with you? If you are unconscious, you feel there is a struggle going on. Mind is the most beautiful companion. Atma Tvam Girijamati. What a line Bhagavan Shankara says. Atma Tvam Girijamati Sariram Prana Sahachara Prana Sariram Gruham. O Lord, Sariram Gruham, this body is your abode. Deha Devalaya Prokta. This body, O Lord, is your temple. Just think that much. Sahachara Prana. Pranic functions are Sahachara, your attendants. Girija Mati, your concert is mind. Atma Tvam, you are myself. So in this body temple, you are the master. Girija Mati, O Lord, you are the master. Girija Mati, mind is your concert. Girija. Attendants are Prana, Sarira, Gruha. Now what is your problem? See it. Where is your restlessness? Where is your projections? This morning I was really laughing. As I was going alone, I was walking down. So one thought comes up, some naughty thought comes up. Why it comes up, don't ask. Some naughty thought comes up. Then I was laughing. I say, God, no, really it's a conversation between me and Mia. It's fantastic. Enjoying. If you understand, fine. If you don't understand, so fine. But see, a naughty thought comes up. Then I say, how people go through some type of a agitation or guilt or something like that, why that thought is coming. Now God, first you give the thought, then I supposed to feel sorry. For what? Who gave this thought? Did I think or thought came? Go to his court. You say God is punishing you, no? So ask him, who gave me this thought? He only gave. Right. Acting upon it, God acted or I acted. Previously, not knowing, I was acting upon it. Now that I know, I won't act upon. Are you getting that point, please? Kama janamite mula sankalpat kila jayase. E kama, understand? I know your root. It comes from the sankalpa. The thought comes, if I built on the thought only, it will work. Previously, when I was not knowing, oh God, there was ignorance, I thought, why am I thinking like that? Now I know, I am not thinking like that. The thought is coming, I am not going to act on it. Therefore, laugh. Previously, a rubber snake was thrown at you. As a baby, how will you react? A rubber snake, an artificial snake thrown at you. How will you react? Take one snake towards the baby and see what happens. Jump. Fear. Now that the person knows it a rubber snake, artificial snake, now take it away, he will smile. Who are you trying to frighten? He will fly, right? Previously, not knowing that these thoughts are artificial pictures, I was very afraid. Now I know these are all artificial pictures. It has no substance. It just reminds, it's a picture. I can't get burnt by the thought of fire, can drown by the thought of the water, therefore, it doesn't matter. So, the whole thought process is an entertainment. Where is the guilt, the punishment, all that stuff? Anything, think of it. Yoga dukkha bhavati. When you are just aware, yoga, when you prepare everything, then viniyatam chittam atmanyavatishthate, your withdrawn mind, atmanyavatishthate, abides in yourself. Sarvakamebhya nispruha. There is no more any push or pull. We saw it yesterday. Yukta ityajyadita. That time we shall call him Yukta, Yogi. And what type of mind he enjoys? This line is lovely. Beautiful imagery. A imagery, you just see it, you see it for yourself. It is your pure description. Yatha deepo nivatastha nengate sopama smruta yogina yatachitasya yunjato yogamatmana. Yatha nivatastha deepah na ingate. This is the upama. Upamiyate anenanayati. That by which this is, a comparison is made, a message is conveyed. This is an upama. What is that? Nivatastha deepavat. Please see. A deepa, well-lit lamp. Protected from all sides from the breeze. How steady the flame remains. It's a beautiful visualization. A well-lit lamp, protected all sides from the breeze, as steady the flame remains. That steady, yoginaha yatachittasya. Atmanaha yoga yunjataha. Atmanaha yoga yunjataha. One who is abiding in himself, revening himself. Atmanaha yoga, identifying, being with one's own self. Yatachittasya yoginaha. The person whose mind is sanyata chitta, where there is no spruha. No craving, no resistance, no desire, no nothing. That's steady. What is there to talk? Tell me. It's like trying to explain silence. This verse, you must really just feel it. There's nothing to talk. What shall I talk about silence? No chalana, movement of any kind. And by chance it comes, listen carefully. So you remain like that. What is that remains like this? Listen carefully. Niyavatastha deepavat. You remain like that. Okay, please listen now. What is that something which remains steady like a flame, undisturbed by the passing breeze? Is yourself the awareness. Understand? Thereafter, if there is a thought movement, the thought breeze comes, the consciousness flame never gets affected. You must see that. The flame of consciousness is ever protected. First you quieten down yourself, create an atmosphere to discover as though you are who you are. Once you see it, you know, you don't need to arrange anything, facilitate anything, it's already there. It is just like there is water underneath the muss. The green muss that covers the water. There is water there, but you don't see. You remove the muss. Let it now cover. Can you forget it? You are walking, you thought it is a green lawn, and you put your leg down. When you put your leg, it goes in. You completely step out immediately, and then again it covers up. Will you step again? Stupid. I thought it was only green lawn, but there is water underneath. You know it. Now let it be covered as any number. It doesn't matter. It is in your head. You don't understand the example? I'll make it a little easier. How ordinary people behave. You have seen one person's angry moment, very angry, very deceptive, very gossipy, very backbiting, very jealous. You have seen somebody's mood. Now after that, however sweet things he may talk, what do you say? Talking sweet. Why you don't forget that other side of it? So you are capable of not forgetting the reality, right? Now see the beauty in the person so that you don't forget the beauty of it. Now you are a housefly looking at ugliness. Whatever the ugliness is covered also, the housefly will know. You may put anything, but the housefly knows there is ugly. Whatever things it may be covered with, the honeybee knows to go for the honey. He doesn't care what color it is, fading it is, not it. Honeybee goes for the honey deep inside the flower. The housefly goes for the dirt, looking for it, no problem. Previously, the housefly has become a honeybee now. Bas, that much. Individuality is gone. So no amount of thought. This thought, impression breeze, desire, any emotional breeze doesn't disturb the flame of consciousness that you are. Are you getting that point? Now don't say that's a flame, and sometimes it is, what can I do? Now this flame is being disturbed by, because if you don't understand, you take the example literally, sometimes you say, so I think this flame of consciousness is now disturbed by the so many different types of thoughts. What type of flame is that? The flame of consciousness is not in one place. Flame of consciousness all pervasive. What can disturb it? What is that which can disturb the space from within it? That is yourself. Nevatastadipavat. Nayangaite. And this is how your mind should work on that. Just see, are you like that? Then, in this place now, he quotes, like you can see, read that verse, we shall see, direct reference to Yoga Sutras comes here. Yatro paramate chittam niruddham yoga sevayam yatra chaivatmanatmanam pashyannatmani tushyati yatro paramate chittam niruddham yoga sevayam yatra chaivatmanatmanam pashyannatmani tushyati. So beautiful. Now, if you have ever come across the Patanjali Yoga Sutra, if you have studied the first sutra, what does it say? Athato yoga anusasanam, the first one. The next one is yoga chittavritti nirodha, and the next one is tada drashtuhu swaswarupe avasthanam. Those two, we have already seen it in other class. Hopefully that book will come out, you can see those two verses gives the whole Patanjali Yoga Sutras. Those two are the most important. Once you understand, the rest of it is only description. Cannot handle it, do the certain practices. But revelation, that is the beauty of this tradition. In so many different languages they use it. Doesn't matter to whom it hits in what way. So this is a pure language of yoga is talked about. When you read Vedanta, Upanishad, we have Santattva and other things, straight away revelation about yourself. No beating around the bush. You. Don't talk about anything. You. Who are you? Atma kaha. Who am I? How many people can go directly into that? That I must know about myself. It is so difficult. Yes, no, it's not. It appears difficult. You know why? Because of our upbringing. In a society, always everybody is worried about others. Other person should be all right, other person should be nice, other person should be smiling, other person should not be angry. Hey, what about me? I can drive as I like, but others must adjust. I can speak as I like, others must adjust. I shall do whatever I want, but others must adjust. This is the silly thinking. Do you understand? This is the silliest thinking that goes around the world. It's not India, it's not America, it's not Europe, anywhere. It's a human trait that I shall be whatever I want to be, but other persons must adjust. If you still don't understand, please observe, look at yourself, look at others, you shall see. Everybody wants to protect his interest. This is how I will work, can you function around me? Then okay, do your own thing. No, I should be with you, but I will do what I want to do. Wonderful. This is where the problem begins. If you want to be yourself, just do whatever you want to do. No, I will not do that. But everybody must adjust to me. How? It doesn't work. But that is how people live in the world. That is what makes it samsara. Samsara, you know, that literally like a wheel of life. We are getting crushed, sometimes out, sometimes crossed, sometimes out, sometimes drowning, sometimes breathing, sometimes drowning, sometimes breathing. Continuous. Why? Because everybody must adjust to me. How many people understand that life begins with me? Why? As I told you the other day, relationship begins with me. First, I must be there. Then only I can relate. I must be aware of myself. I must know clearly about my weakness, my strength, my identity, my absolute identity, my relative identity. How many people even know that there is a relative identity? There are scores and scores, millions of relative identities. One absolute identity. You know that one absolute identity, when you can play games with yourself, you shall play games with the world. It begins with you. People are just not ready to understand it. If you by chance you tell them, you say, oh, you are trying to manipulate me. You are trying to change me so that I can work as you want me to. No, you be yourself and see for yourself what happens. You are being angry, you are being restless, you are being jealous, you are being unhappy, you are being empty, you are being miserable. Will it solve your problem? Then why don't you make me a fool? So if I become the cause of your fullness, I shall be the cause of your emptiness. You have to be ruthlessly cruel. Can you believe it? The teacher, you understand, it's like a child going to school. Oh, I am going to miss the baby. You will destroy the child's life. The child is going to school. He will cry, you will have a separation, but go. Why? Person will grow up. When the person is depending upon you, you kick. Why? Person should grow up. But that person will misunderstand. It makes no difference. Why? When he grows up, he shall be grateful. That is why you should be so clear in your perception. In spite of being misunderstood, you continue. If the other person doesn't know. How many people are aware? Go and talk to people, they must change, they shall say, you are nuts. They will not listen. Why? They are very comfortable. My food habit has changed. Very comfortable with these silly ideas, Previously I was eating vegetable, garlic, now I have stopped eating garlic. Proud. Previously I was eating maybe non-veg, now I am eating vegetable. Very proud. Previously I was putting on so many different dresses, now it's pure white, pure yellow, pure green, pure red. Right? Previously I was telling good morning, good evening, now I say om om or something like that. I have changed. I have changed. Changed what? Changed your way of dressing? Changed your way of greeting? Changed your way of food? Changed your way of travel? That's not change. That is a change also. But that's not a real change. Real change is you. Have you changed? Are you getting that point, please? Have you changed? What is your identity? Keeping intact, totally intact, keeping intact your individuality, keeping intact your anger, your hatred, your jealousy, you are changing other things. It will not work. Previously, ugliness was appearing through ugly dresses. Now the ugliness will pass through beautiful dresses. It will look more ugly. Why the little anger of a sadhu becomes much more dangerous than the anger of ordinary person? Think of it. Why the jealousy of ordinary person appears absolutely normal, but jealousy of a very learned person appears horrible? How can that man behave like that? That's what it is. Because they see through holy clothes the unholy facade. Ordinary person smoking, you don't care. Why he is smoking? But with the dress when you smoke, how can this fellow do it? You open somebody's package, you see there is food, there is chewing gum, this is a drink, there is thing. In a hotel, traveling, you are traveling, you do that. Other day, okay, you open it up. But suppose a sadhu, you open these things, drinks, cigars. The man will look at you, he will be stunned. The customs immigration officer, what? It happened when we were coming from Colombo. Just this time, when we were coming from Colombo, he was there, my brother was there, and 3-4 of us were there, and then I was just coming back. As we were going up, one person approaches. Going to Madras? Yes. So I thought he's very friendly. Then after one time, he comes back and he says, can you help? I couldn't believe it. Believe it. I said, yes. I thought he wants to write down something. No, if he, because we are 4 of us people traveling, if you can take 4 wine bottles, duty-free bottles, everybody will be given $25. Some 1,000 rupees. Each one will be 1,000 rupees. I looked at that man. I couldn't believe. But shall I look down upon him? He is doing a business. What can I say? I said, how do you think in this dress if I carry one wine bottle? He doesn't understand because he is a different types of another religion altogether. Now imagine you bring that bottle in your bag and the customs officer opens. How will you feel? Right. So, if you are an ordinary person, you are an average person smoking, or you have an habit, nobody minds you, everybody. But you put on the fancy cloth, have a title also, then, how glorious. It looks ugly. The same mouth where you talk about absolute wonderful, the same mouth you start angry, hateful, jealous. shivering and prakampyamana. We saw that, no, the biting the two, you saw that description, no? Biting the biting the lips, trembling with the body. And the same person, after 2 hours, says, Yatha dipo nivatasta, ningate sopama smudha. Aha. You think people are idiots to listen to you? Who you are is so loud. Nobody even looks at you. Then you say, why nobody is listening? Naturally. Who has time? Understand? That I must change. Not many people know. That is why Vedanta doesn't go straight. So tell them, okay, chitta vritti nirodha, control your mind. That is true. We should control our mind. Even that also will not have many takers, because not many people are even that conscious. Okay, control your body. That is good. Control your, what is that, garlic. Appa, that will have more takers. Control your diet. You are getting that. So you can see the groups. You can look, you take the, data you collect around the world. The religious groups which are talking about do's and don'ts, they will have more followers. Why? Because the person feels very happy by controlling the garlic. Feels very happy by looking at the sunset or sunrise, looking at east and praying, and not at west, or look at west or east. Some nonsense. Putting on that cloth, color cloth, because that gives him a holy facade. Now he thinks he's a very holy man. Why? Because these are the practices he's doing. So those people have told them, if you are doing these things, you are wonderful. So he is already on the path. So that he does it. Doesn't change. Doesn't understand his mind, doesn't change his mind, doesn't change him, far away. So how many people will understand about themselves? Who? Far away. So, but all these things are told. Upanishads, Vedanta, when you see that, where you talk absolute knowledge came down to the level of how to sit down, where to look, what food to eat, how much to eat, how much not to eat, everything. All this elaborately told. Why? Appa, doesn't matter, begin na, but don't stop there. Go to the absolute. So here he gives you reference to the Yoga Shastra. Yatra chittam uparamate. What is the first sutra? Yoga chittavritti nirodha. See that word nirodha. Yoga chittavritti nirodha. Please see here. Yatra niruddham chittam yoga shevaya niruddham chittam uparamate. Niruddham, same word is used. Yoga chittavritti nirodha. Same word is used. Niruddham chittam uparamate. Same word. Chittam niruddham bhavati. Sarvatah what is that word? Sarvatah nivarita pracharam. Anyway, niruddham. Sarvatah nivarita pracharam. Withdrawn from everything. And don't allow the thought to move on to the object. Right? And the thought also by itself resolves. Niruddham. Chittam. At that stage, you are with yourself. Tatra, see, what is the average people also who study Yoga Sutra, they say first line, Yatra, Yoga, Chittavritti, Nirodha, with that they stop. No, that is not yoga. Tada, that time, when you just withdrawn mind is not yoga. You read it in that Yoga Sutra book, as we have talked, it will come. We have already taken that class. Tada drashtuhu swaswarupa avasthana. Just withdrawn is not enough. You are withdrawing many times. Listen carefully. Your mind is withdrawn many times. Consciously, unconsciously. Unconsciously withdrawn many times. In your deep sleep, unconsciously withdrawn. Seeing something, hearing something, touching something, tasting something, smelling something, your mind is withdrawn. That is why people get into the practice. They become experience hunters. Experience hunting means what? When you experience something, your mind is lost. Listening to music for half an hour, how do you feel? Oh, it was so peaceful. Yes, it was peaceful. It never is peaceful. Huh? After the thing is, it was very peaceful. Okay, so what has happened? So now the miserable man going back with a memory of peace. It was peaceful. I am peace is different from I am. The I am peace is different from my mind was peaceful. So my mind was peaceful, now I am disturbed. Now mind is restless. Are you getting the difference? That is why suspending your mind, withdrawn from something, is not solving the problem. This is where the so-called experience hunters, sing, dance, touch, do these things for people. Oh, it will be so nice. And this, close your eyes, do that. They, as you say, misuse the mudras and all that stuff, yoga mudras and other things, for keeping your mind steady. Just even you, like a bandha, like you holding your breath itself. Deep breathe in, hold. Breathe out, hold. Of course it will give an experience of suspension. And they make a big deal out of it. So you get hooked into that type of practice thereafter. Understand? Being yourself is different from creating a mood, sensation. Average person always gets hooked into sensation. So tada drashtuhu swaswarupe avasthanam. Tada, when this mind is withdrawn, tada abiding in the nature of the seer, drashtuhu swaswarupe avasthana. Abiding drashtuhu swarupe, swaswarupe, in the nature of the seer. I, the seer. What is the meaning of the word I? Go into that. Same thing. Tatra, so yoga sevaya niruddham chittam yatra uparamate, when it is withdrawn, tatra atmana atmanam pashyan atmani tushyati. Same language. So just niruddham is not enough. Tatra atmana atmanam pashyan atmani tushyati. Atmana, by one's own self. Atmanam pashyan, seeing one's own self. Atmani tushyati, is contented with himself. By himself, seeing himself, contented with himself. Meaning, darshana, tushti, both are there. You see yourself, you are happy with yourself, contented with yourself. Bas. That is the culmination of yoga. You are no more depending upon what you see, what you hear, what you touch, what you smell, what you see, what you experience for your happiness. By yourself, ananda swarupa, atmani tushyati. If bhavanayam tushyati, vasanayam tushyati, if you are sabde, sparshe, rupe, rase, if you are tushyati, if you are feeling satisfied with a sound or a touch or a taste or a smell or a sight, then what happens? You shall be miserable if sound is withdrawn, taste is withdrawn, touch you. Why people get angry? Why a child gets angry? Think, why does a child get angry? Take away the balloon. Remember that. Take away the balloon, the child is angry. Take away the japamala, the meditator is angry. Who is better? The monkey takes your japamala and goes. Statue is stolen. So much of energy had gone into that statue. For 100 years it has been worshipped. So much of energy, that statue is gone. So your God is gone, right? Because what you see as a statue, somebody sees just as a piece of wood. Somebody can see it as a piece of rock. Everywhere. It's not that, that is why in Hindu traditions, no. Every tradition, everybody worships form. How can you tell you? Then why that forms? If you are not worshipping a form, then why that structure? The structure is a form or not? Are you getting that idea? The structure is a form or not? Holy place. Why that structure? The structure is a form. Why that book? Book is a form or not? Can you talk? If you talk like this, even the fellow will get offended. Why? Because you are taking away his toy. You are taking his toy. Understand? Body is yours to live with as long as body lasts. Do not touch somebody's body. Don't destroy a body. The sense organs. The world is not ours to be touched. Improve upon it, make use of it. Healthy body, beautiful body. Do that. In the name of God, name of religion, don't even touch somebody's body. Killing somebody, oof. Killing something, no. Every language you should say, niet, nada, no, never. You cannot kill another person. Why? Body gives you the ultimate chance to be with yourself. Body is not for walking someplace and eating a food or listening to music or doing something. Body is for ultimately being with yourself. No dependence, either on the body. Even on that body there is no dependence. No thought, dependence, nothing. Atmanieva atmana tushyati. Then living in this body, happy man moving this earth. If everybody is like that, imagine what a thing it will. Nowhere everybody will be like that, but if one generation is like that, next generation will be automatically geared towards it. Because a child has to begin with ignorance, play with this, go with this, grow up in ignorance, ultimately end up with wisdom. So beautiful it is. Whole plan. Atmana, atmani tushyanne, atmana, atmanam pashyanne, atmani tushyati. Yoga. So Yoga Sutra talks about this truth or no? Everything talks about. Don't dismiss anything. Mahadeva. And then what happens there? Read. Sukham atyantikam yattat buddhigrayam atindriyam vetti yatra na chaivayam stitaschalati tatvatah. Sukham atyantikam yattat buddhigrayam atindriyam vetti yatra na chaivayam stitaschalati tatvatah. It's an amazing line again. It's all so beautiful. This, this, when you atmani, atmanam pasyanne, atmanam, atmana pasyanne, atmani tushyati. Seeing himself by himself, contented in himself, tushyati. Where shall such a person look for happiness? Where is your restlessness? How long should you be able to close your eyes and sit down? Do it again and again. Being yourself, always there. But that habitual restlessness. Previously you were restless. Now see whether the same thing continues. That is where, like training, the millionaire owning up the million. Understand? The story that they gave is like the prince was lost from childhood. Some beggars had stolen him. A story. Taken him away. So he was living like a beggar among the beggars, in the street among the beggars. Somehow he was found, brought back to the kingdom. Now he is the prince. Overnight, from the beggar, he is the prince. That is overnight. Position changes overnight. Lifestyle changes long time. Because as a beggar he has lived, begging, hurting, stealing, hiding himself, being, being smart in taking away, getting things, and street smart, fighting for his food, fighting for his survival. That is how he has been living for a long time. Now the position changes overnight. Beggar baby, prince. Overnight. Now the prince has to learn. He doesn't have to clean his own clothes. He doesn't have to sweep his floor. He doesn't have to, clean his nose where it is. He doesn't have to lie down wherever he likes. He can't just throw his clothes wherever he wants. He has to get used to the palace. He has to get used to the people around. Get used to being referred to as His Highness. Everything. He has to get used to it. And that takes time. From the limited to limitless, how long? Instantaneous. From relative identity to absolute identity, how long? Instantaneous. The moment you listen, not bad, that must be true. Yes, but the beggar is still there. That is why meditation. I am happiness. Then who is craving for bidi? I am the absolute happiness. Who is craving for attention? I am the absolute happiness. Then who is craving for anything? Ask yourself question. Why are you angry? Infinity getting angry because pillow is taken away. What a reasoning, huh? What a cause. The infinity is angry. Why? The plate is displaced. Infinity is angry, right? What a joke. Now suppose you are getting that. Suppose your king and the president of the country comes and says, I left my stick. Where is that? What stick? The twig which I picked up from the garden. Where I left? Now the whole world should search for it, right? What shall he say? This president is nuts, mental. Why? What are you looking for? Right? I am absolute happiness. I make a big crisis out of what? I left a little flower here. I don't know where it is gone. Oh, I see. True. He didn't even look at me. If you think you are the one looking at the entire universe, why are you worried somebody did not even look at you? You are supposed to be the one who is looking at the whole universe. Consciousness all pervasive. Nivatastha deepavat nengate supamasputta. I am the infinite spread of light, of lamp of a light. The flicker of a light. Infinite spread. Nothing can touch it. And has been told, that man tells Swamiji, I am a crook, Oh, now we understand your understanding. Thank you. What more? If you are this type of complaining nature, do not show off your wisdom even for a moment. Then we shall know. Baby crying like a baby. Oh, that's cool. You want to be treated as equal, but crying like a baby. How cute. Are you getting that point, please? Treated as equal. Why I am not giving this? Why I am not done this? Then why are you crying like a babe? Think. It's like a Titanic. I want to be treated in par with the captain. Accident. What is the first, what is that? Lifeboat. Which is the first lifeboat? Ah, you must be treated as the captain. True. Understand this. Atyantukam sukham. When a person is atmani atmana tushyati, sukham atyantikam. Antana vartate. Anandam sukham. Endless happiness. Meaning, sense of contentment, fulfillment, restfulness is never ending. How do I know it? Underline the second half. You can quote it anywhere you like. Nothing like that. Atindriyam yattad buddhigrahayam atindriyam. This atyantukam sukham, the nature of myself, which is buddhigrahayam. Buddhi can grasp it. Atindriyam, sense organs cannot perceive it. This is the ultimate line. I love this one. Buddhigrahayam atindriyam. You can see it in yourself. Buddhigrahayam. Your buddhi can comprehend, your intelligence. You know what it is within. Atindriyam. Sense organs cannot even grasp it. No sense organs can reach it. Eyes cannot. Ears cannot. Tongue, taste, smell. That they cannot listen, that they cannot, makes it so beautiful, not limited, makes it limitless. Because if the sense organs can perceive it, imagine when the sense organs are lost. The power of the eyes will go, the power of the ears will go, the power of the tongue, nose, smell, everything will disappear. If the existence of the truth is dependent upon a perception, what will happen to the truth? For you to see it, you have to maintain your eyes. What a headache. Maintain the unmaintainable. Can you maintain the unmaintainable? Can you maintain your ears all times? Your body will go. Then you will be afraid of losing the truth. The sense organs cannot see it. Buddhigrahayam, intelligence grasps it. Manasrayeva idamaptavyam. By mind alone it is to be seen. Manasrayeva anudrashtavyam. By mind alone it has to be resolved, seen. But then they say, yan manasana manute, that which cannot be seen by the mind. Because in that time, mind doesn't exist. Understand? When I say, you can never reach the space, listen carefully. That which cannot be reached by the mind, yato vacho nivartante aprapya manasasa, we shall see that in the Upanishads, where the words return along with the mind cannot reach it. So it's far away. No. It's like telling you, I can challenge you. You cannot reach the space. I can challenge you. Can you reach the space? You cannot. Why? Already reached. Like the baby fooled me in a Pondicherry few years back. I was there and the baby, we were talking because I was telling so many jokes. So he was enjoying. 4-year-old fellow says, Swami uncle, can I say a joke? I say, yes. Can you jump higher than this building? I was really stumped. I said, what are you asking? He said, can you jump higher than this building? I said, of course not. I can. He really did not strike me. I say, okay baby, all right. You jump higher than this building. Whatever you want is yours. The 4-year fellow is so smart. He says, uncle, don't be too fast. 4-year-old, because he knows the answer. I don't know it. I say, all right, okay, withdrawn. I won't give you anything, whatever you say. But you show me that itself is good enough. Baby jumped. Little jump. From here to there. 3 or 4, boom. I say, yes. House cannot jump. He can jump higher than the house because house cannot jump. So whatever little jumps, higher than the house can jump. It is true. So cute. You cannot reach the space. Why? Already reached it. Your mind cannot reach the consciousness. Why? Already in it. Your words can't reach it. Already in it. It is not to make it difficult for you people. You want a business out of it, you should do that. No mind can reach it, no words reach it. Only midnight if I touch you with special dakshina, then only few people only shall be initiated to that secret. You want to make a business out of it? That is very helpful line. You want to make people free? Absolutely helpful line too. To be infinitive, what should you do? Atyantukam sukham. Buddhi graham. You can see it in yourself, feel it in yourself. You use any word you like. Buddhi graham. You see it in yourself. But atindriyam, mind can grasp. Sense organs cannot. Buddhi graham. Yatra sanaivayam stita chalati yatra stitaha tattvataha na chalati vetti yatra stitam. Steady, abiding where? Vetti, knows himself. Now he knows that he knows. Aware that he is aware. Tattvataha na chalati. Thereafter no more chalana. Achala. That is why mountain. Arunachala. Why is that achala? Achala mountain. Why is it achala? Achala means na chalati. No movement. So you sit down as achala. Nitya sarvagata stanuhu achaloyam sanatana. Ayam achala. Sanatana chalati. Mountain. Achala means mountain also. Never moves. Such examples are fantastic. That's why this language richness is whoa. This mountain, achala. Achala means never moves. And what happens? Sun comes, rain comes, cold comes, winter comes, anything comes, achala, unaffected. Like that. You sit down, you stay, exist as the immobile, all-pervasive consciousness. Achala. No movement. Why? Movement is possible from a place to place where you are not. Movement is possible from a place, from where you are to where you are not. Suppose you are everywhere. What is the movement? When you are everywhere, what movement? Achala. Therefore, all movements takes place. Let them move. Body should move. Mind should move. Things, thoughts should change. Sense organs should change. Everybody should change. Me, changeless. Everything essentially changeless. It's just like quantum physics. Tremendous movement, absolutely steady. You see solid things, but it's totally moving particles. What you see as solid are continuously moving particles. That's what quantum physics says. I don't know anything about it. Mine is Reader's Digest physics, don't worry. But if they say, this is what it is, you see it clearly. Consciousness in achala. Tattvataha chalati. Never ever it moves out again. Understand? Difficult to hold on to changing mind. difficult to escape changeless self. Difficult to hold on to changing world, changing body, changing sense organ, changing mind. Difficult to escape the changeless self. So what is difficult now? Meditation or agitation? What is difficult? Maintaining agitation is difficult, or maintaining meditation is difficult? Meditation free from maintenance. Absolutely easy. Agitation very difficult to maintain. Yesterday you are angry, no? Show me your anger now. Just now you are upset. Yes, half an hour after, show me the upset. Same level of upset. Same level of upset. You insist. When the person is upset, now you are upset in the morning, yes, now show me the same upset. Oh, how can I? No, show me your upset. You are really upset, no? Show me your upset. Now can you do that to yourself? That is why you be with your mind. If mind is trying to play games with you, let it play. Let it play. How long? Sit down for 10 days. Can you? The trouble is you are not willing to get out. That is why your problems are not solved. If you are willing to get out, there is no such habit which you cannot kick. There is no such thought which you cannot handle. Why? Seed is with you. Key is in your hand. Why people love to give the key to others? So that they can go on blaming others. My guru did not help. My God was very useless. My tradition is like that. My father was a rascal. My mother was stupid. Place where I stay is not conducive. Oh, so you are wonderful, right? You are the number one criminal. You want any more stamp? I can give you. Please understand. Do you understand what I am talking? You are an unwillingly grudging person. That is why you don't change. But you want to change everybody. Rest assured, nobody shall change around you. When you don't want to change, you are not seeing yourself who you are, rest assured, nobody shall change around you. Because they will not like to give you that pleasure of winning, that they did not change, and you did not change, they changed. Nobody will give you that pleasure. So they shall maintain their stupidity to prove that you are also stupid. But when you are happy, let them not change. Let them suffer. Then they will be tired and they will change. Are you getting that principle? When you don't care, they start taking care. Happy with yourself, please. That is why in this so-called neglect, there is so much love. In teacher's compassion, where that happens? In a wise man's compassion is like that. In an apparent non-caring posture, there is tremendous care. In an apparently punishing schedule, there is totally rewarding emotions. Everything. Why? Because the person knows. Okay? So, stita yatra stitas tatvatah naschalati. Never ever loses sight of himself. And such a person, what shall I say? I feel like just going on and on and on. What is it? Read that, we shall see later on. Yallabdhva cha param labham manyate nadhikam tatah yasmin sthito na dukkhena gurunapi vichalyate. You know, the food is something best food, however best food, you can go on eating and eating. But what happens? After some time, you have to stop. The best food, it may you have to stop. Whereas this knowledge is not like that. Delicious. And how long can continue? Rest of the life. Doesn't cause any indigestion. Why it doesn't cause indigestion? Because your description of yourself, matching, going away. When shall it be indigestion? Thoughts are packing up, vision is not there. Suppose you take the food and immediately assimilates. How much can you eat? Just take that example. It's fantastic. As you take the food, it's going on assimilating. How much can you take? Any amount. But as you take the food, it's sitting on your stomach. How much can you take? Enough. Enough. Yes. Ideas. As you taking in, oof, oof, oof. How much can you take? Infinity. Suppose thought is going on. I don't understand. Enough. Enough. One is there, no? Sitting on your head, tired. Go. Sleep. Don't worry. You know the secrets now? The key is in your hand. In fact, there is no lock. You can do with your key what you want to do. Okay? Unlocked door. What are you going to do? The key to liberation. Oh, key to freedom. I'm going to give you the key to happiness. 7 steps also. 7 steps. 5 steps. 10 steps. You can make any steps. It has no lock. Never away from you. Choose whichever you want. Looking for key, look. Who says not? The more you look, the other person becomes millionaire. So giving people 7 steps, now you will have 7 golden steps in your house. You can buy gold steps. That is your round the world business. Madhava. Freely you give, people are not interested. They also want to pay money. So they think that they have achieved. I see. Continue with the delusion who says not. Ishvara, close your eyes. We'll see more of it in the afternoon.